Okay. Well, before we get going on our farewell, I just want to throw some names out, say hello, and thank them for their support of this mission. You don't get 2 modules activated and 3 EVAs and get a amazing view out of Cupola without the help from a lot of people. So this isn't everybody, and my apologies, but just some particular folks. Also, lead was Kyle Brewer. Had a lot of help from Mike Steele, Pam Martin, Michelle Fitzgerald, Lisa Marzalek, Vince LaCourte, and Brandon Moncla. Eagles led by John Garr, with a lot of strong support from Megan Earn and also Elise Sandvik. Odin was Eric Meyer. FAO, Mark Blanton and Gail Hansen, who did a lot of timelines and changes, and thanks very much for that. Also, for folks that really helped put the mission together from the start, Falcon was Christy Matthew, Thor was Sean Robinson, ADCO was Todd Horlicia, and I'm sorry if I'm not getting some of these names right, and Cato was Jeff Cook. So thank you very much for all your great help and support, and you know, we're closing the story or closing the book on a great story, and a lot of it is you.
All right.
Thanks for those kind words.
It's a rare moment. I don't have any words.
Medical officer.
All right.
All right, great.
Thank you, sir. See you on the ground. All right. Safe landing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for looking out.
Max, it's a pleasure.
Thanks for taking good care of us.
Endeavour's crew there saying some final farewells to the International Space Station crew. Commander George Zamka and pilot Terry Virts, with mission specialist Kay Hire, Steve Robinson, Nicholas Patrick, and Bob Bankin making their way to the Space Shuttle Endeavour, leaving behind Commander Jeff Williams and flight engineers Mike Sarayev, Oleg Kotov, Suichi Noguchi, and TJ Creamer. 2 teams are now going to work on closing hatches between the 2 vehicles, hatch on each side of a pressurized mating adapter that will take a few minutes before the official end of their time together comes. All this in preparation for tomorrow's undocking of Endeavour from the International Space Station, which is scheduled to happen at 6:54 p.m. Central. Flight engineer TJ Creamer here, closing the International Space Station side of the hatch on the pressurized mating adapter. The shuttle side of the hatch closed at 2:08 a.m. Central Time, bringing to a close 9 days and 52 minutes that the 2 crews spent working together.
Well, 2 of our friends, Max and Oleg, visiting us on the space shuttle. We did have some visits from one end of the station to the other, and it was always very nice to meet with those guys. It was a lot of fun. And this was our one of many attempts to try to get a group picture with the cupola, and it was actually a lot of fun because there were a lot of changing lighting effects from the cupola, constant changing. So we did take a series of pictures, and some came out great, some came out not so great, but we stuck with it. We probably got 1 or 2 good ones in there. So here's our cupola opening ceremony that we did today with the whole crew, all 11 folks. And with that, Cupola was officially open for business, and we have a nice plaque there with the moon rock and the rock from Mount Everest. Here's Suichi with one of the large lenses that I'm sure many pictures will be taken with over the years coming up with this new module that we have. And here's a nice view of the ARED machine is right there, which is an exercise machine, and then right below it is Cupola. So here's Jeff putting our mission patch on the wall there. I go back. This first patch that he did was the STS-129 patch, and then here is the STS-130 patch. Yeah, both putting that one on a wall with all the various space shuttle missions and expeditions that we've had to the space station. And that wall is in Node 1, looking into Node 3 there, and there's a table where we have some crew meals at. So here's a view from the Soyuz that is docked at the FGB Nadir, so it's the closest Soyuz spaceship to where the cupola is, and Oleg ran down and took some video for us, which was really nice. We'll just show this for a few minutes. The different crew members poking their heads up. We were talking about how Getzelman, our Capcom, asked us if it was more like a bat hanging or a gopher popping his head up. And we had one of each vote for those, and then we also had a looking in the bottom of a glass bottom boat. That's a great view of the space station in that area. You can see there's several different robotic arms, and there's a really neat view. You can see the Earth going by underneath, and also peek a little bit inside the cupola. Crew lunch, but something interesting is that we're all taking a peek out at the Olympics right now. We just flew over Vancouver. We've been having some really nice night passes over the Olympics. So this is the hatch closing ceremony, a very sad time at the end of just an amazing, this is our 10th day docked to a station, and it seems like the time, I've never had time fly so fast as I have for the last week and a half. But it was sad to say bye to those 5 folks out there. We got to be very good friends. Stevie Ray's doing a really nice job here of backing through this tunnel with all these hatches and connectors sticking out, and I'm not sure how he did that. There you can see his feet. So you can see we went for that big roomy space station, and here's the middeck. Just a few minutes after we close the hatches. You'll have a before and after video shot here coming up soon. Steve was getting eaten by that bag there. He got sucked down.